In the old days, before tall buildings and noisy roads, there was a kingdom called Ianf. It sat between red earth and thick forest, where drums spoke louder than words and the sky was treated with respect. The people of Ianf believed the heavens never did anything by mistake. If rain fell, it was a message. If the sun burned too hot, it was a warning. And if the moon swallowed the sun, that one meant trouble. So when the eclipse came, people ran indoors. Chickens were dragged under baskets. Children were told not to look up. Even the king covered his face. That was the same night the child was born. Thunder roared like angry spirits. The sun vanished in the middle of the day. The wind howled through the trees as if something unseen was walking among them. Inside a small mud house at the edge of the kingdom, a woman screamed and pushed life into the world. And when the baby cried, the eclipse ended. The elders did not clap. They did not celebrate. They looked at one another in fear. "This is not ordinary," one of them said, his voice shaking. "A child born when the sun dies is never a blessing." They wrapped the baby and placed him on the floor. "He will bring darkness," another elder whispered. "He will swallow our joy," said a third. "Evil follows children like this," they agreed. The mother begged them. "He is only a child," she cried, tears soaking the earth. "He did not ask to be born." But fear has a loud voice, and love is often quiet. They named the boy Kuro, meaning the rejected one. Before he could walk, before he could speak, they sent him away. Kuro grew up where the forest met the hills. He lived with an old hunter who found him crying beside the river one morning. The hunter did not ask questions. He only said, "Any child crying alone belongs to the world now." The forest became Kuro's home. The wind became his teacher. Silence became his friend. He learned how to set traps, how to listen to birds, how to know when danger was near just by the way leaves trembled. But no matter how strong he grew, he was never free from the words people had used to describe him. Curse. Evil. Dark child. Sometimes he would sneak close to the kingdom at night, hiding behind trees, watching families laugh by firelight. He wondered what it felt like to belong somewhere without fear. And sometimes, when the moon was full, strange things happened. Shadows moved when he was angry. The wind obeyed him when he was afraid. Dark clouds gathered when his heart was heavy. Kuro did not understand it, and he feared himself more than anyone else ever did. So he learned to stay calm. To stay quiet. To stay alone. Years passed. The king of Ianf grew old. The elders grew tired. And the kingdom grew careless. Then one season, the rains refused to come. Crops dried up. Rivers shrank. Children fell sick. The sky turned the color of ash. The elders gathered again, shaking cowrie shells and chanting old words, but nothing worked. Then, one afternoon, the sky went dark. Not with clouds. With another eclipse. This time, it did not pass. The sun stayed hidden. Cold spread across the land. Creatures of the night walked freely in the day. Fear returned to Ianf, heavier than before. Warriors fought the darkness and failed. Priests prayed until their voices broke. The king knelt and cried like a child. That was when an old woman spoke from the back of the crowd. Her voice was thin, but it cut through fear like a blade. "Do you remember the boy?" Silence fell. "The one you sent away," she continued. "The one born when the sun disappeared." The elders looked at one another, their faces pale. "The eclipse did not come to destroy us," the woman said. "It came to find its child." Shame filled the air. The same people who had chased Kuro away now whispered his name like a prayer. Kuro felt the eclipse before anyone reached him. The forest went still. Animals hid. The sky pressed down on his chest. The darkness called to him, not with words, but with feeling. Like an old song he had always known but never sang. When the messengers arrived from Ianf, they did not shout. They did not accuse. They knelt. "Please," they said, Come home. Kuro laughed softly, but there was pain in it. Home, he asked. You sent me away. We were afraid, one man said. Kuro nodded. So was I. But the darkness was spreading. And even a wounded heart knows when others are suffering. He followed them. When Kuro entered the kingdom, people stepped back. Mothers pulled children behind them. Warriors tightened their grip on spears. But the eclipse trembled. The darkness recognized him. Kuro stood in the middle of the square and closed his eyes. He did not fight the darkness. He did not curse it. He listened. The same power people feared was the power that protected him all his life. It was not evil. It was balance. Kuro raised his hands. The shadows slowed. The wind softened. The sun began to breathe again. When the eclipse finally passed, light returned gently, like an apology. The people fell to their knees. The king stepped forward, tears on his face. We wronged you, he said. Forgive us. Kuro looked around, at the broken kingdom, the hungry children, the frightened elders. I was never a curse, he said quietly. You only didn't understand me. From that day, Kuro was no longer called the rejected one. They called him Akan, the one who brings balance. And the elders learned a lesson they now teach their children. What we fear today may be what saves us tomorrow. And a child born different is not born evil. So when the sun hides its face and the moon steps forward, the people of Iamf no longer run. They look up. And they remember the boy they once called a curse, who became their savior.